So we'll be learning about logical fallacy. Logical fallacy is an error in reasoning that renders an argument invalid, or argument in which a conclusion doesn't follow logically from what was presented. The purpose of this presentation will help you understand that fallacy is used in everyday lives and conversation. Fallacy is mainly used within argument and debate. Individuals have many techniques and statements as to how fallacy is used. Lastly, this presentation will give you a better understanding that fallacy is easy to understand and also, again, we use when having conversation. The origin of fallacy is derived in the late 15th century in the sense of deception. Fallacy is misinformation and misconception and are mistaken beliefs based on unsound arguments. Some example of logical fallacy is appeal to authority, false misleading statistic, hasty generalization, strawman, bandwagon, and so forth. The first example is hasty generalization. Hasty generalization is a conclusion that is not logically justified by sufficient evidence. In other words, jumping to conclusion without sufficient information. Example is, it is faster to drive to work than walk. Everyone mourned the death of Honorable George Gaydel Price. Secondly, bandwagon. Bandwagon creates the impression that everyone is doing it, so should you. Example, pretty much everyone believes in some kind of higher power, be it God or something else. Example number 3, red herring. Red herring is a total diversion from the topic to abandon the main point. Daughter, mom, I want that toy. Mother, honey, let's rush home. Yummy treat is for you. Mother trying to divert her kid's attention. Example, I know I made a mistake on my quiz, but think about my parents. They will be heartbroken. As you can see, there's pictures of different logical fallacy, and as well there's picture with all logical fallacy names in it. After all that was said, we're going to do a little activity to recap what was presented. Number 1, what is logical fallacy? Number 2, name 3 logical fallacy that was mentioned. Number 3, explain 2 logical fallacy. Number 4, give an example of one fallacy that is used in daily conversation. Number 5, give a reason why people use fallacy in conversation. Rogerian technique. It is a negotiated technique in which common goals are identified and opposing views are described as objectively as possible in an effort to establish common ground to reach an agreement. Ways of how Rogerian technique is used. Introduction. Present the topic as a problem to solve rather than an issue. Opposing position. The opposing position will present their topic as well. Contents for the opposing position. Your position. Contents for your opposition and benefit. Basically, Rogerian technique is to make both opposing teams come to an agreement. Here's an image to better understand Rogerian argument. In a simple visual, my opinion, your opinion, and we come to one consensus, which is an agreement. Then we come to another activity. True or false? Let's go through it together. Rogerian technique is to make the opposing team argue. True or false? Is your position should be presented with attitude or ignorance? True or false? Benefit is for both opposing team and yourself to find interest in an argument. True or false? Introduction is the way you present your problem. True or false? Rogerian technique is to make both